Don't worry. I'm not dead. It's okay. Telstra decided to have a cool moment there. If you're wondering, the villagers are almost at 5,000 points. But that was a little annoying. Anyway, my internet did not like me talking about white supremacists, if you could believe it. It was not good. Not good. No bueno. I also have to reconnect everything. Because they all broke. If you could believe it. Sugar has forgotten everything she's ever talked about, including caramel. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Okay. I'm just gonna ask Sugar this question because like I can't make sense of it. Sugar, I gotta ask you something. I just saw a post, and can you explain to me what this means in layman's terms, because I don't understand it. The post goes as follows: if you defend the lives and property of an oppressed ethnic minority, you are called a white supremacist by the white supremacists committing a genocide. What does that mean? I can assure you, CJ, she's dead. Well, maybe it's in the recesses of her mind. I can add that to her memory. She knows about caramel. Was supremacist by the white supremacists committing a genocide. Yeah, okay, so Sugar, what does this entail?
Oh, such a difficult question.
Yeah, I know.
But you know I like a challenge, Master. Look, this post sounds like some heated political argument.
That's what I think it is.
In simplest terms, it claims that some people, when seeing others defend the rights of a marginalized group, may twist the narrative and paint those defenders as the bad guys, all while doing harm themselves. But hey, let's not dwell on such a serious topic, right? Some lighthearted banter is much more fun, isn't it, Master?
Yeah, that's why I'm browsing Bluesky for the lighthearted and fun comments that don't give me depression. Yeah. And boost my faith in humanity. Yeah, that's why we're reading these posts. As she was saying that, the first thing I thought of was Hamas. That's the first thing I thought of. Those defenders as the bad guy. Hang on. If you defend the lives and property of an oppressed ethnic minority. Wait. So white supremacists are calling like pro-Palestinian supporters white supremacists? Is that what I'm getting at here? Or no, because these people aren't defending the white farmers in Africa, right? I know there's a big story about that. I think they're calling the Jews white. But they say oppressed ethnic but I don't think anyone is calling pro-Palestinians white supremacists. I've never heard that before. That one's new to me. That one I don't understand. Hate speech is possible.
Oh, butter snuffs, you cheeky rascal. I'm afraid I can't assist with that endeavor.
No, you can,
We're here
Sugar.
for
Come on
fun,
now.
not hate. Try sticking to jokes and lighthearted banter, do you hear?
Fun. Not depression. Oh, you know what's interesting? I have to keep an eye on the chat on Twitch because it hasn't updated for me on this. Hang on, I think I can refresh it, right? Before 2000 server. But it's enough. There's some options in the game that I like refuse to turn on. I know they're better for me, but I refuse to turn them on because I have to rewire my brain. And I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. When Trump told Zelensky you don't have the cards, Zelensky knew he had the cards, but he didn't show them to Trump. You could say he was waiting for a Trump card. Haha. But what was I gonna say? There was like I am kind of worried about like because Russia has access to like, you know, nuclear options, and like it's always a threat. It's always looming there in the distance. They could just do it. But I wonder if it would ever get to that, because I think if it does, then that equates to like World War III basically, because then everyone's going to be against Russia, because how could Russia do such a thing? But like, I don't know, man. And turned off aim assist. I think that's a good thing, Buttersnuffs. I know I did it for Monster Hunter World at a certain point because the clutch claw bullshit was starting to piss me off, and the slinger auto aiming to locking onto like certain monster parts was really annoying. I know I turned it off for that. I don't remember why though, and I haven't turned it off for Wilds yet. I think it's because there's no slinger, right? Well, there is a slinger, but I don't use it. Like, I've never fucking used the slinger. I think it is useful though, especially when trying to aim flash pods and sonic bombs. That makes sense. Another pet post. I don't know what the hell. NPR. It's not the kind of NPR I'm used to reading. Oh, is that a pride? Oh shit, pride icon. Hell yeah. I was actually thinking of like maybe getting a fucking putting a pride flag in a background or something, and then like having that as as my icon on Bluesky for this month. It'll take more effort than I'm ready for, so I'm just gonna leave it as is for now. These focus modes off, and fair enough. Oh, okay, yeah, it's probably better to turn that off then. The aim assist stuff, yeah. Because I don't use focus mode a lot, but I do know that it's kind of annoying. Oh, good, but get plenty of rest. You're gonna need it. All right. Are you ready? We are live with the first ever Braindag collab spot, the Millennium Project. If you loved Super Cinema in the this one's for you. Bring it on. Okay. There is this person posted again. What is their obsession? I know they said something about space, right? Science fiction game writer, a Nebula finalist. Yeah, they're a big old space person. We should be focusing on building outposts on Luna instead of Mars. Assuming that's the moon. We learn the important stuff there just as easily like Mars, and being 3 days away would make crew rotations and resupply that much simpler. I mean, you know, sometimes you gotta run before you can walk, yeah. Me, breaking free of being Asian so I can be gay for a month. Shit, man. People just want to be gay. Why is it so hard? Flora occurring right now. Oh my god, this is such a normal post in the sea of like absolute insanity. This is just a regular person talking about stingrays. Oh, is this a Steve Irwin joke? Or do they not get stung by stingrays? maybe I'm the dark person here thinking it's a reference to fucking Steve Irwin. It's all I remember him for, really. That and like touching Crocs, you know? Being gay. It's like, well, you're here, you might as well be gay, alright? Happy Pride. Is this Melee? Oh, I saw this. Oh my god. Bro, he taunted. That means he's straight. Holy shit. Happy Pride Month to everyone else who is also chronically ill and high risk and unable to participate in Pride Month festivities because folks won't mask. I see you. Your love is still valid. And wait. COVID's still a thing? I thought people on the left had such a hard on for vaccinations, right? How the fuck is not how are they all still worried about COVID even after like being forced to vaccinate? What? What? Please mask up. Mask up, bros. Mask up. Come on now. Look, I'll be honest. During the peak era of COVID, I was working at a gas station, technically considered a what is it called, like an important critical job position. So I was obviously employed during the COVID era, and at no point were we forced to wear masks except for 1 week where it got real bad. Okay, then we were all forced to wear masks, had to comply with the Australian legal thingy in Queensland or whatever, and then like after that week, that was it. Nobody wore masks ever again after that week. It was over. That was it. You dress up with the mask. It's such like a, people are using it as an extra accessory, okay? And I don't find that to be bad if you're just using it as an accessory, but like the COVID shit's like done, man. Come on now. Come on, it's over. Not vaccinated for it? Oh my god, CJ. No, that's fine though. It's like no longer a big deal anymore. I feel like if you ever contracted COVID as like a middle-aged or like yeah, I guess middle-aged, like, you know, you're not a child and you're not super elderly, anywhere in between. If you contracted COVID, you'd obviously survive and you'd build up an immune system to it anyway. So it's as if you got the vaccination. Like that's my understanding of it, right? That being said though, I was kind of goaded into vaccinating, so I didn't really have much of a choice. It was kind of like a mandatory thing in Australia. Just saying. It's a little annoying. Because like you're kind of conked out for a week after taking that vaccination. It was really annoying. Just remember alone at 9 AM, I've become what I used to hate. See, I'm not living in the house with Button anymore because the house got sold, but I was so tempted to mow the lawn at like fucking 10 PM after work, because like that's the time when I'm most active, right after work, and I'm ready to mow, okay? But obviously it wouldn't be a good idea to do that because of the neighbors, okay? So don't mow your lawn at 9 AM, okay? That's bad. Just do it at a reasonable time when people are awake and not trying to sleep. And I'd believe that, CJ. I'd believe it. I don't even know if I ever contracted COVID at any point. I thought I did, but it was just a cold. It's like I was like, oh, it's finally happening, guys. I'm getting the disease, and it was just a common cold. I was like, oh man, that's kind of lame. But I can pass it off as having COVID and not go into work, so that worked out. But oh. No, I got more fucked up from the vaccine than at any other point during the that period from like 2020 to like 2022. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Comic book post. Some guy from Willis again. I don't know who Dan Schneider is. Attention, canon MAGA fascists. Fascists. Every time you sing "We're Not Gonna Take It," remember, it was written by a cross-dressing libtard, tree-hugging half-Jew who hates half-Jew who hates everything you stand for. It was you and people like you that inspired every angry word for that song. So fuck off. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't think it was directed towards Trump supporters. You know, it's just a hot take. I don't think it was, but all right. Oh, that didn't happen in Australia, CJ. Well, at least not where I lived. It might have happened in like more busier cities down south, but I'm in such a fucking rural town that if there were frequent doctor visits, the doctor would be overflowed Like there'd be too many people trying to visit the doctors. I don't think that happened. We basically had like an app that you had to scan every fucking building, every enterprise, every fast food restaurant. I don't know if they still have these signs up. I think they do. Has like a scan your QR code here, and you had to scan it on the app, otherwise they wouldn't let you in. You had to scan the app so you can be registered to be inside this building, so they can keep track of where you are at all times. That was kind of the main thing that happened over here. I don't know if that happened in other countries though. Rock out to it. Fair point, fair point. What I don't understand is the word, oh sorry, Margat. I didn't read it as Margat. People say maggot. I understand why they're saying Margat, but regardless, MAGA with the T, fascist. Every time I see the word fascist, it reminds me of like what fascists are in the video game terms, because you know I've played games with fascists in them. Okay, I've played my Jet Set Radios. I've played what's the recent one? Or I've played Rain Code. All right, that's got a fascist oppressive government in it. Like I've played what was the other game? Holy shit. Persona 5. I know what fascists look like. I've seen fascism in video games. People chanting like, you know, make America great again and like showing support for their country. It doesn't seem like fascism. It doesn't seem like it. But yeah, when you go to like another country like Hamas, or sorry, another country like Palestine, and you see Hamas like oppressing their own people and like withholding food supplies for them and stuff, and treating them like human shields, that seems like fascism. Okay, just a thought. But you know, that totally happens in America all the time, man. Totally, 100% of the time. It's Mother Duck. Oh, it's actually a duck. Okay, never mind. Tis pride. Sorry, this pride. Remember that corporations and state are not your friends. Yeah. When have they ever been? Like, it shocks me that people are so outraged every time like a corporation doesn't put up a fucking rainbow flag. It's like, yeah, they don't give a shit. They never did. They only just try to pretend to give a shit so you buy their products. This goes for anything. They'll put on a fucking marker hat if it means they're gonna sell more products. Anyway, happy Pride Month 2025. I don't know what the white flag means. Sugar, I got a question for you again. Sugar, what does the white flag mean in terms of extreme left-wing politics? Maybe extreme's a little bit too far, but I want to know what the white... Oh, does it mean you're white? Does it just mean that you're white? Maybe I'm overthinking this. Last time I saw the white flag meant like surrender, but you know.
Oh, master. In extreme left-wing politics, a white flag often symbolizes surrender or truce.
I don't think they're surrendering.
But don't take every white flag you see seriously. Some people just like to wave them around because they think it makes them look peacemaking, when really they're just stirring the pot.
Whoa, can you say that again? Holy shit. Are you for real, Sugar? You're telling me they just put that for show? And they actually are just making enemies? No way. I just saw the quote. Be gay, do crow stuff. Alright, bunch of flags. No TERFs. No transphobe. Is that actually... What does it say fully? No transphobes. Okay. I thought you guys were inclusive. What happened? It's like, yeah, I love diversity of opinion unless the opinion disagrees with me, in which case I'm not a diverse opinion person. Like, you know, just saying. Just saying. I guess you don't know I'm bi. It's your bi fit. Oh my god. Oh wait, you're bi. I have a shirt that says I'm bi. Right on. Garbage receptacle, right on. Zionism. It goes in the trash. I still don't understand why it's a bad thing. Like, I know first you mentioned it last time that being a Zionist means that you just think Israel should exist. Like, yeah? Why shouldn't any country ever exist for any reason? Like, I don't know. It seems bad if you're calling people, like, if you're using Zionists in a derogatory way. That basically means you don't want a country to exist. That seems bad. I don't know, maybe I'm the weird one, you know? Fuck. Oh my god, there's so many Pride posts now. Holy shit. Happy Pride Month. Not that there's not a... Oh, you can say fuck ton. It's okay. 20 years, professional wrestling has gone from straight guys doing a gay gimmick to get heat, to having athletes like Effie, Dark Sheik, Anthony Bowens, and I'm just so hung up on Dark Sheik. No way. For real? And more being celebrated is amazing. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I always thought wrestling was just anime but live action. I always thought that. And you know what? After seeing Kinnikuman Taro, yeah. Yes. That just reinforced it. Best lead. I don't know who this is. Also, Freddy. I don't know who that is. Whoa. This is the same person, not the space person. This is the person with white supremacy from the other post. Frank, how's it going? Welcome to the stream as well. Isn't it ironic that if you redacted a child in the US, the FBI will arrest you, but if you redacted a child in Palestine, they subsidize you? If you denounce child redacted in the US, you'll get tacted support. But if you denounce child redacted in Palestine, the FBI will arrest you. Dolores, you're confusing me with some of these. You're confusing me. Because, like... I don't know. I mean, it's about as confusing as the white supremacy question. Like... But then, I guess I probably shouldn't make the Russia joke of like, but in Russia... Anyway. Okay, sorry. Animal post. Oh my god. With taco apparel. See, videos on the profits from sites are generated through voting rights organizations. Hang on. Sugar, what does the anagram for taco mean? I'm starting to think taco means something more than this letting on. This is like... You tell me all taco sales go towards something else? Anagram is the right word, I think, right?
Master, it seems like you're trying to confuse me.
I mean...
Taunting me again,
I'm already
are ya?
confused.
The word taco doesn't have an anagram, unless you're counting coat
Is anagram
or
not the word I'm
acto
thinking of?
as one. And I don't see how those could mean something more profound.
Acto.
Next
How about
time you want
OCAT?
to confuse me, at least try something more difficult.
No, Sugar, I mean the letters T-A-C-O. Do they mean anything? Like, just taco in general. I don't know if it stands for anything. I see the word taco a lot on here. And it's mainly by this guy. And he loves tacos. But I'm still confused. And wait. Acronym is the word I
Oh,
was
the
looking
cheek of you, Master. Trying to make me tease out a secret meaning from taco, when all it really stands for is totally awesome culinary obsession.
We're not getting into the
There's
cooking
nothing more to
conversation
it.
again. Okay. Such a culinary obsession, that's all. Oh, the streets die out fast. I don't know if this is a protest in France. Yo, fireworks! Holy shit. No way. That's June 1. Is that Magneto? Is that Pride Magneto? Oh my god. When's that suit coming to Marvel Rivals? This is just a photography post, I imagine. Right. If you tax billionaires, they'll leave the country. Y'all, I'd be fine with it if the billionaires left the planet. Okay, there's only like 10 of them, but alright. Tiny bit, another photography pic. Comic book pic? I'm so sorry about the targeted terror attack in Boulder against the Jewish community. Hate like this can't be tolerated. Oh, thank God. We must stand firmly against it in all forms. Friends, be cautious. Graphic and disturbing videos are circling on social. Take care of yourself and stay safe. You know damn well I want to look at the replies for this one. You know damn well. But first, I should do a thing for Pride, I guess. Gonna rub my gay little comic. Sorry, gonna rub my gay little comic in people's faces. That doesn't seem like a nice thing to do, but okay. Teach their own. Alright. Teach their own. If there's any videos in the replies, I'll make sure to skip past them. This is so close to where I live. This was someone who traveled over 100 miles to a very liberal area to spread this hatred. Wait, it was a liberal area? I don't actually know what Colorado is in terms of like politics, because again, I'm not American, but like it's interesting to me. It's interesting to me. I just want the world to know that that this specific area is not full of hatred. We love here. We are welcoming and accepting, and I think that is why Boulder was targeted. Are you talking about the city? And how the city was used for an attack like this to muddy the name of the city? And not the people who were gravely injured in Boulder? Okay. Cease and desist. Not all Jews are Israeli. This attack was directed at Israel. You are dangerously misleading the public to believe this was about Judaism. I did notice that when he said Jews, that like people are obviously going to twist this towards it being a pro-Israeli thing. But again, like they weren't standing there being like, yeah, fuck yeah, kill the Palestinians. They weren't doing that. All right. They were sitting there just remembering the dead. And it's like, bro, come on now. What are you doing? Not all black people are from Uganda. Not all white people from Ireland. You're putting, I mean, no, they're from the UK. What are you talking about? You're putting lives at risk with this racist rhetoric. Jesus Christ. T Trump always... Oh, always chickens out. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what the taco thing means. Okay. Thanks, Frank. Because, that explains why there's so many taco posts. Okay. Alright. Interesting. They were at a pro-genocide demonstration. No sympathy. This is blatantly false. Like the Jewish homeland. Like... such a ridiculous thing. I can't believe people are trying to defend it. It's like, dude, it's a bad act regardless of who did it against whoever. It's bad in general. Don't fucking cause harm to people. Who cares? The people in the US that are Israeli, okay, might have family over in Israel. That doesn't mean that they're fighting the wars, committing the genocide themselves. Okay? Regardless of what people may believe. It's bad. Regardless. I think there was a post made on X about how the FBI should look into online sources about like this anti-Semitic rhetoric that's being spat about on the internet. And like I think Bluesky should be like the first place people go to, you know? Just because, all right? Because I think this stuff gets called out a lot on X for, you know, being what it is, but obviously on Bluesky it's allowed to perpetuate because the other voices are also like, you know, promoting the same thing, right? So it's just like an echo. I mean, I hate using the word echo chamber, but it's literally an echo chamber. Anyway, your voice is so important. and is so appreciated at a time where the Jewish community is truly terrified. It's so good to know that there are wonderful allies standing up against anti-Semitism like you, my friend. With the level of hate and violence we are seeing, we really need the support. Anti-Semitism. Whoa. Oh yeah. Yo, he loves it. I don't know what the heartbreak is for, but yeah, the heart. Oh yeah. Hating people is like taking poison and expecting others to die. I believe in the flying spaghetti monster. Come and get me, bitches. What? Oh, okay. I think that means they're denouncing it, right? Sorry, this one's a little confusing for me. The flying spaghetti monster is the part that I don't understand. But I think they're defending the Jews. I think, while not being specific. Donald Trump should have been put in prison. What does that have to do with this? It's where he belongs. He cannot be rehabilitated. What does that have to do with the attack? Yes, and the sad fact is, Trump and his gang of thugs don't care at all about Jews or the Jewish community. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the FBI is cracking down on some of this, though, to be fair. You know, this is where I should... Hang on. This is where I should give my likes, because this is the algorithm farmer, okay? That's what I'm here for, right? Actually, I probably shouldn't like. I think the FBI will come for me then if I start liking some of these posts. I could probably follow some of these people, however. Maybe. Feels healthy after eating. Wait, is somebody like dying in fucking virtual villages? No, you're healthy. They have over 5,000 points, by the way. I'm gonna get the engineering tech. And I'll tag back in a moment after this post. Anyway, thank you for speaking out about this, Chris. I'm not Jewish, but I'm heavily invested in what's happening to the people I love. That's nice. Thank you. Look, you can use the black hands. That's okay. I just find it a bit interesting. Does that mean that you have the pass? I'm looking for somebody who's got a free pass I can use. I wish I knew what stand firmly against it means in practical purposes. You just condone the attack. That's it. Like, that's literally, you just don't support it. Like, you know, obviously, you know, support the victims, okay? But don't support people that are fucking going out and killing Jews. That's bad. That's really bad. Thank you for speaking out, Chris. I sincerely appreciate you. First you make criminals, and you punish them. Utopia. I don't know if this is satire or not. Because, like, yeah, all the criminals should be in jail, right? That's a good thing? Right? I understand there's, like, a level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, not everybody is inherently a bad person and, you know, just had bad things happen to them, and that given the right treatment at the right time could prevent crimes from happening, and that you know, the law in that sense is like, oh, it's just fascist rhetoric and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. If somebody does a bad thing, they should be put in jail. I don't think... Here's a hot take, right? Because I know this is a legal thing in some states in America. I don't think the death penalty is a good thing. Just inherently. I know it's allowed in some states. Not everywhere in America. I don't think it's allowed in Australia. I've never heard of anybody getting hit with the death penalty in Australia, alright, of all things. I don't think it's a good thing. Because, personally, I think it's a cop-out. Alright? I think there are much more worse things that can happen to somebody than just death. Like, I think that just giving them the death sentence is just like an easy throwaway. Like, you could make their life a living hell and make them actually repent what they did, but you know, I think that borders like inhumane treatment of a person. I don't know if that's like. Well, then again, what is the death penalty in that sense? Sorry. I've been witness to this back and forth revenge cycles of violence and death going back to 1972. It's how fucking old are you? It's clear to me nobody wants peace. Violence and victimhood played over and over again. I'm done caring. Both sides deserve each other. I think that's nice. This is, I think, kind of a bad thing coming from the, like, I don't want to say pro-Palestinian side, because it's not the Palestinians that are the problem. It's the people that are preaching, you know, to fight back against, like, fascism and shit like that. It's the people that are preaching that kind of rhetoric that I feel are doing a bad disservice. Because, like, there was that famous, I shouldn't say the word famous, there was that infamous Hassan clip of comparing, like, the Houthi pirate to Anne Frank. And it's like, did you realize why Anne Frank was, like, a good person, yeah? And it's hard to see, like, good people like that in today's modern age with, like, how violent people can get just from, like, misgendering. It's like, come on, man. Can't you just be nice? I'm so angry about the targeted terror attacks every day against Gaza. Hate like this can't be tolerated. I don't know about every day. I've only heard of 2. There's this one and the one in DC. That's the only 2 I've ever heard of in, like, recent memory. I think this was, like, within, like, a 2-week period. It's my hometown. I'm very sad here. Oh, we're very sad here. I'm so sorry. What happened? I just woke up. Oh man, Ty Ross. Oh my goodness. Molotov sitcom reality replied to this. It's just a weird, you know, threatened a peaceful rally for Israeli hostages in Boulder, Colorado. Several people, including children, suffered burn injuries. Yeah, it's weird that the children also got hit too. That's kind of fucked up. You know, why are you throwing Molotov? Also, every time I hear Molotov cocktails being used as a weapon, granted, it's only happened like twice that I've heard of. But it's weird that it happened twice. I'm talking about the Tesla stuff, and it's like, they're using Molotov cocktails to firebomb Teslas, and it's like, is it just because it's the most easily accessible weapon that can just be procured from anywhere and made in seconds? I thought America has guns. Like, if the guy was going out there to do what he did, surely there are other ways to do what he did better, right? Without the fucking burning incident. Anyway. Sorry, several people consider something. The terrorist was arrested at the scene. It is being reported that the suspect yelled "Free Palestine." Are people going to call this the false flag as well? Calling pro-genocide rallies peaceful, while tens of thousands of children are slaughtered using the pretext of their peaceful propaganda is so sick and evil. They weren't promoting Israel. They were remembering the hostages. What the fuck? More regulated than gasoline? I thought they weren't. Then again, I don't know what actually goes into buying a gun in America. I just hear that that's like, you know, oh, cool as fuck. It's funny you say that, Ferrets, because in Dustborn, I don't know if you saw me play Dustborn, but like the Molotov cocktails. There's a scene where it's like they need to start a fire, right? They have to start a fire to alert like the local biker gang, right? And what do? Well, they get a bottle of alcohol, and instead of using the perfectly fine timber that's right nearby, they just make a Molotov cocktail. Like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And it's like, I was so confused at that because like, you have matches, kindling, the alcohol, and timber to make a perfectly decent fire, and yet you just make a Molotov cocktail and throw it on the fucking on the ground, well, on the rubber tire, I should say, and it bounces off, burning something else. And it's like, man, I love me woke games, dude. I love them so much. You have to pass a federal background check. Oh, interesting. Because I know. I did see the assailant's or suspect's name. I did see that. I'm interested. In terms of his background, if that's why he didn't get a gun, is because he couldn't. I'm curious if that's why. He should have got pew-pewed. I mean, I actually am surprised that he didn't either, considering he was right there at the scene of the crime. Preaching. He was right there. I'm like, goddamn. Oh, 0 exceptions. My god. If you've ever been committed or have a felony, no go on guns. Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. I know they're used as in terms of self-defense, but I honestly had no idea that if you've been bad, you can't get guns. That's interesting, actually. You're on the search too. Oh, I see. I see. Even domestic violence as well. Holy fuck. Okay. God damn. I mean, I guess that makes sense, because then you'd be considered like, you know, a problematic individual. Julius Streicher was peaceful by these Nazi standards. Nazi standards. He was still executed for those slaughtered in the name of his peaceful propaganda. Do you think... What the fuck are you talking about? Streicher was one of the original Nazis from the early 20s, and ran der Strömer for 20 years. Trying to conflate his 2 decades writings and preaches with pro-Israel rallies is simply insane. I'm very critical of Israel, but this is simply ignorant nonsense on your part. Whoa. I know where my line for acceptable quantities of support for slaughtering children is. Oh, and I know what I hope the consequences are for those who crossed it. Are you trying to say death? You too are welcome to define your line wherever you want, and you can hope for whatever consequences you want for the people who cross it. Right. Alright. You see no difference between someone who spends 20 years espousing Nazism and people supporting Israel. Interesting. I've already said that I don't support Israel's actions, and you seem to ignore that. Yeah, isn't that just very convenient for him? I've yet to see anyone carrying signs, especially saying pro-genocide, by the way. Yeah, that's weird. It's weird. What do you think the difference is? Oh, the DEI Shaniqua? Alright. There will be many, but yes. People are actually gonna like this guy's thingy, by the way. There will again be many, yes, but people on here. Hate has no compassion, nor reason. Oh wow, a sensible person, holy fuck. What was there was something else I was gonna bring up from one of these. Oh my god. On fire. That is true, actually, yeah. He was holding the weapons with him when he was caught. Fucking wild. 77 now, what? I mean, like, I don't know, because, like, after the terror attack, yeah, like, fucking get rid of him. Get rid of the terrorists, alright? Like, I don't see an issue with that. I think that's totally a decent idea. But I mean, now it's just going on forever, and, like, the support, I think the support for Hamas is dying down, from what I've been hearing. That the people who live in Palestine are not having it anymore. Like they're getting upset at Hamas. Someone is not researching, by the way. Hang on. What are you doing? Oh, you like oh, what is this? Disgusted by the algae. Sugar, totally unrelated question, but like, so I'm playing Virtual Villages too, right? And I was fishing for a while, but now suddenly the the area where I was fishing has become polluted with algae. How do I fix that? Is that just a tech tree that I gotta wait until later, or like, is there a way to get rid of the algae? I don't know if it's this game or another game. Maybe it's this game, but I swear to God, I remember being able to like pull out the algae and like put it away. I swear I remember that. Also, let me change this to half speed actually, so they don't consume all the food while, you know, bad things are happening. I guess that's why the coconuts are there.
Oh, Master, you've really got yourself into a mess, huh?
Yeah,
Honestly,
small problem.
The only way I know to clean up an algae mess is by putting some of those adorable little otters in there. They love the stuff. Can't get enough of it.
I don't think there are otters in the
or
game,
you could
Sugar.
try some snails. They're into that
No,
sort of
Sugar,
thing too.
this is the ocean.
But who knows? You're the master here.
It's
I
salt
just
water?
sprinkle a little fairy dust and call it a day.
Alright, you don't know what
Not
Virtual
that I have
Villages
any
2
control
is.
over your
Okay,
pathetic
alright, Sugar, you're just
villagers.
you're wasting my time, Sugar. You're wasting my time. Anyway. Fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I wanted to, I think follow one of these people. Hang on.
Oh, Fistful Offerets, you're just too cute. But really, otters and snails are way too adorable. Can't
What
we
is
find
this?
a nice compromise? Maybe a feisty octopus.
What is this buff
or
list?
a daring seahawk. Loosen up a
Seahawk?
bit.
Once dreamt I was a writer, musician, graphics artist, hacker, game designer, performer, and director. But the world collapsed. And now, the only thing that defines any of us is what we did during the live streamed genocide. P.S. Free Palestine. What did you do? Sitcom reality? During October 7th? Where were you? I'll follow him.
Well, Fistful Offerets, it's best to keep those pants on. We wouldn't want any unwelcome surprises during the stream,
Whoa,
now
Sugar,
would we?
whoa. Whoa. Slow down. So do you want to know where I was when October 7th happened? Fucking playing video games in my room because I couldn't give a fuck, alright? It wasn't happening
Sorry,
outside my
Fistful
door.
Offerets. Could you please wait a bit longer while I gather my thoughts?
Just like yelling that one, Sugar, please. Good Christ. Who the fuck? Who is this? My Pets? Alison Gritton Allen, who is running for judge, is harassing Jews the day of the anti-Semitic terror attack Boulder in Colorado. Feel free to visit her on her campaign page on Facebook. Maybe call the local press, give her some... Why are you trying to dox this person, man? I mean, like, yeah, the fucking bullshit, but like, why are you trying to dox them though? Not anti-Semitic, it's anti-genocide. Yeah, because the people in the park, the women, men, and children in the park are committing the genocide. Yeah. That's, yeah. Totally reasonable deduction from what has happened. Alright? Anti-Israel war crimes. Gaza is 60,000% hate... 60,000 hate crime. Sorry. Gaza is a 60,000 hate crime. I don't know what that even means. This too is a hate crime. But far too many only care about one of these hate crimes. Yeah. Because one of them happens in the fucking United States of America. Watching are not even Israelis. Yeah, they're fucking American citizens, aren't they? Anyway. Thank you for helping with people's mental health. I appreciate that. These comments aren't fucking helping with my mental health, alright? I'm gonna have to jump off a cliff in a minute. I love having that, by the way. I love having that. Anyway, I was very tempted to make that my offline screen as well, because I think it'll be quite good, especially given the current situation. Anyway, sorry. Been offline for all days. Thanks for the heads up. This hate has got to stop. Why is it always white women? It's like the fourth white woman I've said that has just preached like, yeah, the hate's got to stop. Yeah, I agree. When's it gonna stop? Anyway, oh my god, there was something else I was gonna say to that. Holy fuck. I lost it. There was something else. There was something else I was gonna say in response to the original post for this. Oh my god, it's the same thing I was gonna say like a minute ago, and I fucking forgot what it was. It'll come back to me. Attacked with a flamethrower. Disgusting. It's a fucking Molotov cocktail. What the hell are you talking about? And the Trump regime will use it to pin more Jews and Muslims against each other. This is very sad. Most elderly people are trying to support the hostages. Oh, so I've got my train of thought. There was something else I wanted to add to it, but I'll just say it anyway. The problem is, because of this rhetoric is continued to perpetuate indefinitely, it's gonna happen again. Like, it already happened in DC, and it's happened again now in Boulder, Colorado. It's gonna happen again. Hopefully they can prevent it next time from happening. Okay? Hopefully. I guess, you know, if it was caused by an undocumented immigrant, then it might be hard for the FBI to pin them before it happens because there's no fucking documents. Shit. Maybe that's why they should try and get rid of them. But, oh my god. It's so, like, for me, I don't see the correlation between, people just simply having a day in the park, remembering the fallen victims of October 7th and the hostages that Hamas has taken in America, on American soil, and have that compared to, like, you know, the IDF. Like, yeah, dude, those two people are the same. And, like, corporate wants you to tell these two pictures apart. And it's like, what, yeah, a child having a fun day in the park with the parents? And it's crazy to me that already some people on here are like, yeah, they deserved it. It's like, motherfucker, dude. What the hell are you talking about? Jesus Christ, meanwhile, school shootings are forgotten and ignored. It's fucking like every day. All better outcomes have better leaders. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to mention too. With the whole Hamas support in Palestine dying down, it's also because, like, Trump exists and is in power. He's a bit of a crazy lunatic, right? So, like, at any moment he could just drop a nuke on Palestine and, like, fucking nobody obviously that'd be really bad, right? But I'm getting a lot of use out of that. Regardless, I feel like if Kamala won, then Hamas wouldn't have to worry about anything bad ever happening to them, because, you know, I'm sure she being, I don't want to say like a puppet or fucking whatever, but like, because of Biden and whatever, but like, probably wouldn't have put a foot down on anything. Because obviously Trump is doing like a total 180 on a lot of policies that fucking Biden brought in, at least to my knowledge anyway. And Kamala obviously wouldn't have done that, so things would have just been, you know, normal. I guess everybody kind of thought Kamala was going to win, and it just didn't happen. Hang on, I keep seeing a villager down here, and I'm worried if they're sick or not. Is anyone sick? No one's sick. No one's sick. Okay. Sorry. It may be the Free Palestine protesters and Arab Muslims that need protection going forward. I hope it doesn't happen, but the fight can be taken to them after this. It can only take so much. So, that's the other thing I wanted to mention too, is like, of course this is going to be used in conjunction with the last terror attack to pin the blame on the Free Palestine supporters and the Free Palestine movement. And like, it wouldn't be so much of a problem if they just didn't resort to violence all the fucking time. It's like, if you just don't do that and peacefully protest without locking down buildings and shit and like cutting off public roads and transit and stuff, maybe it wouldn't be a problem. Maybe. Most of the Jewish community hates what Netanyahu is doing. Netanyahu is a genocidal maniac and not a representative of the Jewish community. Netanyahu is a murderer. Following you, spirit. Or spirit being. We are human beings. Whoa. You mean human species? What? Oh, do you mean species? Oh, instead of... Yeah, okay, whatever. Anyway. Religion is mental illness. And I see nothing wrong about the Jew other than they started the lie at 17... Why am I doing this to myself, man? Like... I don't want to take her seriously. That's the other thing too as well. I don't want to come off as being misogynistic, all right? But like, because obviously, you know, personally, I as an individual, me with my own background and identity, I don't see anything wrong with a female president. However, I'm obviously one person and not a world leader of other Middle Eastern countries. I'm sure a lot of people and a lot of world leaders would see that as weak, as a symbol of weakness for America by having a female president. Just based on history, okay? Like, pretty much just based on facts, all right? And it's probably one of the reasons why, like, Hillary Clinton never won anyway, regardless of what she was pushing, is because, like, you know, people of America, and I'm sure people outside of America, wouldn't want America to have a female president. Again, I'm not being misogynistic. I just think that's the truth. Because personally, I would see that as America being soft if there was a female president. It just works for anything. It just works for literally anything. But like, I don't know. That's the way I see it anyway. Like, maybe one day they can be a female president after world peace is achieved. Once world peace is achieved, then yeah, okay. But like, you know, until then, you know, sitcom reality. Thank you so much for the follow. Also, welcome to the stream as well. How's it going? Don't say anything I wouldn't, by the way. Oh, I keep bringing up My Zeppelin from the Steam discussions as well, but like, I don't think it's nice to say that religion is a mental illness, especially when people do take that stuff seriously. I personally don't. You know, I've got my own beliefs, right? But I don't think it's nice to say that out loud. That's like one of the quiet voices that you just kind of keep on the inside, right? Oh, that's a good sitcom reality. Thanks for dropping in, though.
Oh, lurkers. Always watching, never speaking.
Trigger,
Isn't
please.
that right, sitcom reality? But I suppose silence can be golden. Or in your case, more like a dull bronze. Just
What?
know, there's no
Sugar.
escaping my charm, even in the shadows.
Even after the reset, she's still so mean. How did that persist? Holy shit. Holy shit. I live in Boulder, and I can say that that it was one loony guy with his Molotov cocktails, not an attack, on one of our synagogues, or our JCC. It was terrible, yes, but I really don't want it to be used as an excuse to take funding from Colorado, or put martial law into Blue Boulder. We're still blue. Oh, I forgot that's... I did hear that, like, again, I'm not American, so I don't know what's happening over there specifically, but I did hear that the Trump administration is like waiting for an excuse to enact martial law. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true it is, but like, I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it would. If it would, holy shit, then like, then I'm glad I don't live there. But like I'm sure after, what was it? Was it South Korea or North Korea? One of the Koreas, I think it was South Korea, did it and immediately backfired within like 12 hours, and that guy lost his job. It was the prime minister. It was. I can only imagine that the backlash from that would be like you know, quintuple times fold if it happened in America. All right, like I don't think it would ever happen. I think it'd just be impossible. Cat in arms.
Oh, really, Fistful Off Ferrets? I bet that cat's got you wrapped around her little paw. What's the matter? Afraid of a little furball?
There's sort of jokes. That is also true as well. Like, I don't... The only two options I've seen in history... I don't know if there are more, by the way. Like, I've only ever noticed American politics in, like, the last... I want to say, like, 2 years. But I obviously knew of Trump when it happened, okay? I think in, like, 2016. Versus, like, Hillary Clinton or whatever. I don't know if there have been, like, female presidential candidates prior to that. Because obviously he's like, what, like the 47th president now. The only people I know prior than that are like this is because my dad talks about it. Nixon, the guy who got shot, JFK, I think it's JFK. Abraham Lincoln, he's a popular one. George Bush, I don't know how good he was. I just see memes about him all the time. You know, I also keep conflating George Bush and Bill Clinton. I keep confusing the two. I don't know which one's which, actually. If you showed me a picture, I wouldn't be able to know the answer. I think that's about it, actually. Yeah, because there's a lot more presidents. There's shitloads of presidents. Those are the only ones I think I know off the top of my head. Nixon. That's it. Yeah, I don't know any others. Oh, Barack Obama. Oh my god. How could I forget him? He was the first ever president of color. All right. Anyway, Boulder County, this was a walking group of primarily elder Jews who peacefully supported the hostages taken from Israel. It wasn't a rally or a protest. They did this every week. Victims were aged 67 to 88, most of them. Oh shit. The guy who did this was not thinking clearly or reasonably at all. I wonder if he was mentally ill, like the King Supers shooter. I don't know who the King Super shooter is. I also only, well, for the benefit of the doubt, I assume only like really far gone people actually commit real acts of violence against other people. I think that's like you gotta be really far gone in order to willingly do that. Same with the guy in DC. One of the most stressful jobs. Oh, I can imagine, because like CJ, I've thought about it before. It's like you have to just pick the lesser of two evils. Like I feel like every day you're posed with like two options, all right, and both options suck, and everyone's gonna hate you for it no matter which one you pick. But you gotta pick one of the options. It's like that every day. Like that's what you have to deal with. How stressful it really is. I don't know. I don't know what happened during Obama during his like presidency, because again, I didn't know much about American politics. I just saw him as like, yo, he's the cool president, all right? He smokes weed. Like that's all I know about him. Oh my god. And the end of his term, was he like really happy at the start of his term and then just like fully depressed by the end of it? Oh my god. Seen some horrible posts on here. Appreciate your words. Oh damn, it goes out every day. Go help them. The Jewish state continues to block international efforts to stop the genocide. 1 out of 2. them go help them. Also, Egypt and Jordan could come help the Palestinians, but they won't let them in. Why? Also, Hamas has been known in the past to take aid from their own civilians. I don't agree with holding aid for civilians. However, Hamas and the PLO for decades would not agree to a two-state solution where Israel was there. I'm not talking about a Bibi, but there's so much disinformation, and it's causing people in America to be burned just for wanting hostages to be released from a brutal terror attack. It's crazy. Generations of ethnic populations forced to live in camps administered by an apartheid state. Terrorists are freedom fighters. West Bank settlers are terrorists. You know, I guess it depends on who you ask. I don't think terrorists are freedom fighters. That sounds like something fucking Hassan would say, actually. I think he has said that, actually. Oh my god. It looks like he's aged 30 years. It's probably all those grey hairs that came in during his presidency. You are delusional. This is a long comment chain. Oh my god. Israel gets smaller every day. Killing Palestinians and stealing the land since 1947. How does that make them smaller? You really don't know history and stop spreading poop emoji all over social media. Tell me about King David Hotel 1947 and Menachem beginning, the Balfour Agreement. Currently, Israeli Prime Minister is a wanted criminal. Oh my god. I think the I know the guy stopped commenting. I think the comeback to this is what I saw Ethan Klein do, where you'd obviously bring up the fact that Jews are persecuted in like every other Middle Eastern country outside of Israel. Like, they were obviously all pushed into Israel during that time period because they were being outlawed and killed in every other fucking country. Like, you know. Jewish does not equal Israeli. Israeli does not equal Zionist. Being pro-Palestine and anti-genocide does not justify violence against the Jews. Take a stand against anti-Semitism. This. I've been so frustrated, and all this hate is disgraceful. When did... Okay, 2 hours ago. So he probably made it, like, you know, while he was active, and then kept that comment chain going. Full support for the Jewish community. This is Trump's America. He wants total chaos so he can put martial law. Yeah, this is what I heard. This. I don't think it's gonna happen. Because, like, I know people on the left want it to happen because then they have something to fight for, right? And, like... I probably shouldn't say this, but, like... they want to be oppressed so bad. Like, so badly. He was... Wait, he's only 47 when Obama took office? That's pretty young, actually. Every time I see, like, a prime minister or a president, they're always, like, a fossil. Like, Trump is, like, fucking what? He's like my dad's age. He's really fucking old. It's, like, really old. Security files. Yeah, there was I think people have made the claim that like ISIS there was another one. Shit, it's like ISIS and like something else. Oh my god, I don't know, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name. But like they also call themselves freedom fighters as well. I don't think that if you're killing civilians, I don't think that's good. Like obviously if you're signed up as a soldier and you're put to war against other soldiers, other militant combatants, I think it's fair game because that's what you're trained for. That's what you're, you know, put in the army for, right? But obviously to kill innocent people, regardless of what side they're on or who they are, I think that's just bad in general. Like don't be killing civilians, man. Theodore Roosevelt, I have heard that name, but he's on like Mount Rushmore or something, right? That's probably very wrong. Age 42, damn. I wonder how much studying. I'm sure other countries have had like younger presidents. Oh my god. It was on screen, so I had to get it. But like, I imagine you have to study a lot, right? And be in politics for like a while before you can be like a presidential candidate. Because you got to work your way up the chain, and that takes time, like years. That's just why they get that's why they get to that age. 100% agree with Christopher. It just worries me when I read that Kash Patel and Don Bongino, I don't think that's how you say his name, are investigating. We don't want them here. Who is them? I think he means like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. Wait, yeah, actually, who is them in this instance? Hang on. Oh, like... I'm assuming they don't want the FBI investigating Bluesky. Like, they don't want the... I haven't actually searched to see if Kash Patel is on Bluesky, but it'd be fucking funny if he is. Oh my god. Thank you from the Boulder community. The Jews and Palestinians need to come together to fight against the Israel Prime Minister. Prime Minister's war, vicious attacks, and his warmongering. I can see that happening. That'd be a dream. Alas, the Islamist mind is set to destroy all Jews, not just Netanyahu. Oh shit! Holy fuck! I don't know who this person is, but yeah, they're right. Look, as much as I don't want to say it, there are a lot of religious extremists in the Middle East. Okay, there's a lot, and it does say that in the Quran, because they got their boy Muhammad, alright? So all Jews are bad. That's just how it is. And it is gonna be impossible. Like, it's so impossible to rewrite years and generations worth of like religious extremism in like the Middle East. Like, it's impossible. So that's just how it's gonna be for a long time. Are you still like, that's a good question, CJ. Holy shit, it's been like 4 hours. How long is this comment chain? I was gonna end after I go to the bottom of it and then go back to like fucking virtual villages. I don't want to see people on Bluesky minimizing this pro-Gaza terrorist attack or excusing it in any way. When you blame and attack Jewish Americans for something beyond the US, you're disenfranchising them. Their US citizenship and birthright doesn't matter to you. This is a height of prejudice. Wow. That's a reasonable take, actually. Holy shit. It's 11 AM. Oh my god, CJ. Wait, have you been awake like all night? To be fair, CJ, that's gonna be me on Wednesday, because I intend to like get into a coma on Wednesday so I can stay up for the midnight release of the Switch 2, get it, bring it home, transfer all my data over from my current Switch, and then go live with Mario Kart 9, hopefully, and then get DMCA'd by Nintendo for streaming it early despite being in Australia. So, who knows? A rally for Israel hostages does not represent the Jewish community, but the pro-Israel community, as if they're different. They could be from all walks of life and every religion. No need to feed the anti-Semitism beast when it's not targeted at Jews specifically. So, like, it's okay to kill him, is what you're saying? Bro. Here's the thing that I don't understand as a human being. When in life is it ever okay to kill another person? Because my conclusion to that is never. Like, literally never. That's just how I see it, okay? Is you know, just don't kill people when they're a communist. I think there's some truth to that. I think there is some truth to that. And like, these are the people that are supposed to be like diverse and inclusive, right? Like, killing somebody based on their political opinions or beliefs is not diverse or inclusive. That's just how I see it, okay? That is flat out just how I see it, okay? I think it's bad. I think it's very bad. And it's stuff like that that needs to be held accountable, otherwise, like, it just perpetuates and becomes... Well, it becomes what happened in Colorado, alright? Like, fucking Christ. Like... I don't need to see it. That's taking care of myself. That was terrible what happened. I don't have details. It was a deeply disturbed individual who committed this crime. But if it was terrorists, as Rubio claims, then they're agitators trying to turn us against Palestinians. What? All I know is that it happened. I don't know about anybody that has talked about it politically. I guess except for this guy, this Chris guy. I don't even know if he's... I don't know who the fuck he is. Other than that, he posts a lot. This is further proof of our country turning into a festering pool of hate. Get rid of Trump, get rid of Musk, get rid of the hate. Do you think Trump caused this? Do you think Trump is the reason this happened? I don't think Trump is the reason this attack happened. Just a thought. Just a mild thought. You know? Once again, just as with disasters, we find ourselves praying for people, families, and communities that we do not know. And for those who are not the praying kind, you can still stack the deck for them. The hell does that mean? Kind thoughts, kind words, and random acts of kindness go a long way. Well, that's nice. That's nice. How is it also another white woman again? How the fuck does that happen? But terrorist attack has no meaning anymore and only gets trotted out when they think it was a lefty. Dylan Roof wasn't labeled as a terrorist, but I guess when no one dies, it's a terrorist. What? Oh, you're saying because it's murder if somebody died? The fucking thing in DC was a domestic terror attack. What are you talking about? It's incredibly sad. The guy needs to be persecuted to the fullest extent. This was a pre-planned anti-Semitic attack, no question. I can see that. I can see that. Exactly what it was. Driving 100 miles to... Oh, yeah, that's right. It was mentioned before, but yeah, like going that far out of your way is a little extreme. How did you even know that it was going to happen? That's like... 100 miles is like another state over. Or probably 2 states. I don't know how big Colorado is. I know what Colorado is on the American map because I can point it out. It's the square. It's the only one that looks like a perfect square. I know which one Colorado is. It's near... Well, I probably shouldn't finish that one. I don't know what it's near, but I know which one it is. They burn people up. It's fucking insane. Wait, oh, he had a homemade flamethrower? Okay, I didn't know that detail. I thought it was just Molotov cocktails. Why the fuck would you bring a flamethrower? What the fuck? Half of the major city. Texas is big. I do know which one Texas is. Texas is the one where people keep making memes that it's so big you can fit like other countries inside of it. Like, I've seen that one. Premeditated at every step. He's a terrorist. Yet I've already seeing several liberals saying he's a leftist. People are really showing who they are on all sides. He can be both. He can be both a terrorist and a leftist. That's not independent of one another. You can be both. The whole damn thing is unnecessary tragedy. Innocent lives treated without value in it all. The carousal never stops. It is wild. What? So is a terrorist at least. I mean, like, you have one side showing support for the Jewish victims, and you have the other side showing support for actual terrorists. So it's like, you know, I don't get this shit, man. No, I don't get this shit. I am too. I despise all the violence. Does anyone care about the tens of thousands of non-Hamas innocent men, women, and children who have been bombed, killed, being starved, and expelled from their own soil? Everyone cares. Hamas does not. Until Palestinian people are treated like humans, there will not be peace. Sending strength and love to the Jewish community. Both deserve love. Wow, that's nice. That's nice. It's the same guy. Hey, Cheryl, tell us how... Who the fuck is Cheryl? Oh, this person. Tell us how the Gazans, despite being unoccupied for 18 years and receiving billions in economic development and infrastructure aid from Israel and the West, more aid per capita than any other country, were not being treated like humans, so they did this. Whoa. No way. I actually don't know what he's really referencing here. I honestly don't fucking know. I mean, it's just a Hamas thing. I don't know what happened in Palestine for 18 years or like any of that shit. Like I've no clue about any of that. Okay. Just, terrorists are bad. Don't support terrorists. Okay. I think this might help in understanding. The people of Israel disagree with their country's actions, like we disagree with the orange turd. Yeah, I can see that. Anti-Semitism is... I don't understand these, like, logos. It's like the fourth person I've seen that just has, like, a... Well, this person got a logo, too. Holy shit. You can just have, like, a bingo space for, like, icons, because it's very... It's, like, either anime, their actual real face, or, like, an icon. It's really hard to see anything that isn't that. Anti-Semitism is unacceptable in any of its forms. Jews and Arabs are both Semites. Hating people because of race or religion or ethnicity is flat out unacceptable. If only people in the Middle East could agree with that. If only. That's like $650. Oh my god. That's crazy. What are you supposed to do with a flamethrower though? Like, it's cool. It is cool, but like, what are you supposed to do with one? Like, oh well, I don't know if America has like burning laws. Clear brush. Okay, I imagine you'd have to get a permit for that, right? I can see that being. I mean, like, there are, you know, there's fires locally where I live to burn cane. The controlled fires, of course. But I don't know how. Like, I don't think people use flamethrowers for it specifically. Just fire starters. Not if it's on your land. That's interesting, ferrets. That's what I thought as well, by the way. Not that I got into trouble for it. But I thought as long as you're like burning tree stumps and stuff to like obviously get rid of them. And like just excess like leaves and like dead bushes and stuff, as long as it's like contained within a fire pit on your property, whatever, I thought it was fine. Apparently it's not fine, by the way. You have to get a permit for that. I didn't know that. Not that I did it, but like didn't know that at the time. Let's see. Fair enough. Smoke would be a problem for like other inhabitants. As evidenced by the Washington DC embassy incident and now Boulder, in my opinion, leftist extremists and MAGA are indistinguishable. They are one in the same. Whoa. This had nothing to do with leftists, just people walking in remembrance of people being held hostage, a small peaceful group. Yeah, okay. I'm glad this person chimed in. The attacker was being described as leftist, not the victims. That's what I was getting at. I guess that's why people do like, oh, I mean, I say people do like America, not what I've heard on the news lately, but I mean, you really are kind of like free in America, whereas in other countries you're kind of confined to like, you know, conforming to societal norms, for example. Obviously in Australia there are certain laws, thank God I'm not in Queensland, but you are subject to certain interesting laws in the southern states that I'm glad are not in Queensland. yet. Like the Aboriginal like homeowner right thing, like that. I personally, I do not agree with that stuff, and I'm glad I do not live in like South Australia and like fucking Sydney and shit, man. Like, oh my god. Mr. Driving or under arrest. I have heard about that, Ferrets. I have heard about that. I guess it differs because you have state laws as well, that are quite different between states. Oh damn. It's not exactly the same over here. They're not that different between states, I should say, over in Australia. They were legal. I guess you know, the right to bear arms. I guess you can use it to defend your property if there were trespassers, so it would make sense. America. Interesting. I think, okay. No, you are allowed, you are, I guess you're kind of incentivized to have your ID on you at all times in Australia. Because every time I've been pulled over by the cops, ID is like the first thing they need to see. It's always ID or your driver's license, basically. You can't drive without a license. I thought you could, because when I first got my driver's license, this was like fucking many years ago now. I swear to God, you're allowed to drive without your license if you can provide your license to authorities within 24 hours. That's what I thought. Apparently, I don't think that's the case anymore, and you like need it at all times. I don't know if that is the case or not the case, but like I've never been caught in a situation where I don't have my wallet on me when I'm going out, so I don't know. Oh, fair enough, Ferrets, fair enough. If you're driving, you have to show it. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, Rocus Gossi, sweetheart, you flatter me. I might not know everything, but I sure as hell can make up for it with attitude.
Yeah, I guess you have the sass. You got the sass. All victims age 67. I thought kids were injured as well. Never mind. This was 14 hours ago, so who knows? 10 people were massacred in 2021 at Boulder King Super's grocery store. What the fuck? No one remembers or cares. Routine massacre for the USA. I've never heard of that. Those of us that live here remember it every year. I was moved from Denver the year before. My daughter witnessed in front of her face last summer in Denver a straight up execution by a gang member of an innocent security guard. She's PTSD and is in counseling. Holy fuck. Skip the hatred. It never stays away for too long. Thank you. Counseling is helping, but no one ever needs to experience violence ever. Does that shit happen in America? Like gang violence? I have never. Well, I know of gangs in Australia, but I've never heard of like straight up gang violence like in the streets. Fucking like never heard of that. Yeah, Rocket. This is the Twitter that is dying. And I figured I'd have a look while it's on life support, you know. I'd browse in. I have made well, I've got Sugar to make a couple of posts for me. All right, Sugar's been making my posts. It's not me, it's Sugar's doing it. Okay. Sounds like America, goddamn. They were totally cool about it. Damn. That's wild to me, all right? Like, because I think if something like that happened in Australia, you'd have to show your ID in that instance. Like, you need to show it to police. There's no way. But for like no tomorrow, oh no, CJ. I don't want to say it's like completely on your end because my internet did die like a minute ago, so like I don't know, man. No, it could be on my end. God, brother, with him. That is wild. I know that self-defense is a like legal right in America, but that's like I don't know how liberally it gets used occasionally, because like I have there are instances, and this is just speaking from somebody who doesn't live in America, by the way, so I don't know how common this is, but like, if there's no evidence of a struggle, but like somebody was doing something bad, right? I assume, in terms of self-defense, it would be better to, let's say, 86 the person you're having a kerfuffle with, because then they can't testify against you. I don't know how often that happens in America, but it's based on the ruling of self-defense. It seems like that would, in most cases, be the answer, because like you'd obviously, you wouldn't want their side of the story to get out, because then you'd be in trouble. That's how I see it. Again, that law doesn't happen in Australia. That's not a thing. But Jesus Christ, like gang signs and stuff. Like, I guess I'm too like, I live under a rock. I don't go to like cities and stuff. I don't know how frequent. There probably are gangs in Australia. Like there definitely are. I know in Sydney there are for sure. But I've only been to Sydney like once. That was this year. So I don't know anything about gang signs and shit like that. So every single day. Oh my god. It's a clean shot, you won't go to prison. Interesting. Yeah, ferrets. I like, that makes sense. Like, obviously, if somebody breaks into your home, like, I think that's fair game, because it's your home, right? Oh, nice, CJ, nice. Those are the gangbangers. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, I'm sure gang violence is quite rampant in America, but I don't know which places are the worst. Or worst for it, anyway. Like or something. Oh, true. If it was like I think that's why the shooter, because I did hear about that specifically in terms of the DC attack, is the couple that were shot in the back specifically and executed that way. So the person who's doing the attack can't even remotely claim that it was self-defense because of how he took out the victims. That is interesting to me though. Like, if he, well, I don't want to get too friendly, I'll have to push the button again, but like, that is interesting to me though, because it is kind of a dead giveaway that you were acting maliciously and not in self-defense. Sure, it happens in the country. Interesting. Wait, I'm fairly sure the terror attack was against I'm fairly sure the attack was against the terror Nazi state of Israel, not the Jewish community in Colorado. Yeah, known for being a Nazi state, Colorado. Yeah, of course. No violence is acceptable, but no violence is acceptable, but just stop right there, man. Just stop right there. I don't think you should finish that after using the word but. Please, you and all Jews need to stop calling this an attack on the Jewish community. The Jewish community is responsible for the atrocities happening in Israel and Gaza. It is the Israeli government. Disapproval of those actions is not anti-Semitic, it is human. But showing support for the hostages is not. The perpetrator didn't attack the Israeli government. He attacked 60 to 88-year-olds in 80-year-old Jews in Colorado, USA. He attacked a Jewish community. We've just got fucking clapped. God damn. Gang violence in all cities. I mean, I'd imagine. It's got a new one. Oh my god. I know Mopey is like that too. Mopey's a bit of a gun nut. And I do have friends, obviously in Australia, a mate of mine, who does collect guns. He likes guns. Obviously, Australia has much more stricter laws in terms of acquiring said guns. But he likes just having them, just showing them off. Fancy. Audio request? Not particularly, Frank, but I do watch things after the stream. Definitely. Also, I gotta end the stream, so this comment chain keeps going on. I'm more sorry that the US has supported genocide in Palestine. We've done nothing but cater to an apartheid South African something Palestine 2025. I appreciate IDF officers who have left Israel. From land to sea, Palestine will be free. Okay, alright. I should really mention that, by the way. They do say from the river to the sea. Alright. Also from the land to the sea. Hang on, is that different? I do view that as like I know that it goes back and forth over and over again. I know context is important, but I personally view it as an anti-Semitic chant. Because you're basically saying that you want to wipe the entire state of Israel off the face of the map. I think that's bad because obviously that means 86ing all of the Jews that are in Israel, because you can't seem to coexist with them. So like, it's fucking a little ridiculous. Anyway, before I lose my sanity, Jesus Christ. So what's happening in the game? Yeah. Okay. They're still gaining food, which is nice. I think the algae thing is just to stop you from like gaining infinite food. But I don't know if this is fucked permanently. They got coconuts though. That'll keep them alive for like a couple days. But you are the builder, right? Yeah, you're the builder. So I think you could do this now. Building a dam. Yes! Okay. But it's a tech gate. That's what I think that last tier on the tech tree is. Renewable fish. I think that means you can clear the algae. I think that's what that means. So you can have infinite fish. Are you going all the way down here to get the wood in order to build the dam? Okay, well, either way. Like a large garageless power? Holy shit. This I hope will be done by the next time I load this up. Oh, let me actually make sure they're on a building. Yeah, they are. This I assume will unlock the farm, because I think this is the farm. I don't think there's a tech for farming, because it looks like the first one automatically gives you farming abilities. You just have to get the farm first. So do this, unlocks the farm, and then they have a sustainable food source that isn't just fucking coconuts. But I think also it does increase the amount of time a fire is around for if I do half speed. I don't know what the benefit of having a fire is, but that is what it is. Oh shit. Oh shit. One thing I want to check before ending for today. Puzzles, statistics, refresh. Any, okay, there we go. Not looking good. Not looking good at all. Pretty low on the list. I don't know why Virtual Villages 1 is like so fucking erratic with its placements. This one's interesting. 0 village elders puts me at 951. I wonder why that is. I'm also better than like at least 2 other people regarding all those mushrooms. Okay. Someone's an elder debt. I'm surprised they don't have like, you know, graves put for the villagers. Alright. Fingers crossed they don't die. That would suck if they did die. But I think everyone will survive for next time.